my sweeties, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise, and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we are talking all about the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. Let's get into the video. Joining us virtually today to talk all about this movie is my lovely friend Jhownee, who you all know. So let's see how Jhonee's doing. Hi, bestie.
Hi there.
It's been so long.
So long.
And here we are, and you're back on the channel. Say hi.
Hello, sweeties. Your sweeties, not my sweeties.
You've been so missed. So, can you tell everyone our history with this movie?
It's been like 2 summers ago. We hit Ben Willis with our car, and then no.
For those who don't know, Joanie and I invented table screams together, and our first ever table read was of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it was one of the most fun I've ever had. We worked on that for so long. It took up so much time. We know the script. Like, I can recite every line. And it's still my favorite poster that we've ever recreated for a table scream.
Yes, it's so good.
So before we talk about the movie, I'm going to tell everybody what this movie is about, for those who don't know for some reason. Directed by Jennifer Caton Robinson, starring xoxo Wonders, Madeline Klein, Jonah Howard King, whoa, a lot of people, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddy Prince Jr., and many other people. I Know What You Did Last Summer follows 5 friends who inadvertently cause a deadly car accident that they cover up their involvement with and make a pact to keep it a secret rather than face the consequences. A year later, their past comes back to haunt them, and they're forced to confront a horrifying truth. Someone knows what they did last summer, and it's hell-bent on revenge.
Yeah. This movie has everyone except us. Why did they cast us in the movie?
We really should have been in the movie, I think. So, you saw the movie this weekend, as did I. Do you want to tell us your first thoughts?
My expectations couldn't be lower, but I gotta say I haven't walked out that happy out of a movie theater since Scream 5.
Oh, I love that. It is also very clearly inspired by Scream, as is the first movie. Did you catch the Scream homages?
How can I not? But I was more concerned about the legacy of its own thing, about the What You Did Last Summer legacy. So I put my 18-year-old sister to watch the first 2 films. I was like, we're doing this, you're coming with us, and I don't care if you are the youngest person in that movie theater, you're coming. We did watch both movies back to back, and then we went, and she walked out with me like jaw dropped.
I love that. Okay, so she was a fan.
Yes.
It seemed like everybody liked it in my theater, but the movie so far has been getting mixed reviews. But I am pretty sure that the original film also got mixed reviews. So
you're being nice when you say mixed.
And obviously we know I Still Know What You Did Last Summer got poor reviews, and then we don't talk about the third one.
Okay.
It's not even canon for me. Okay, so let's get into our performances. We have a lot of new people in this movie, obviously. I've been a fan of xoxo Wonders since Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. You just recently watched that, so I'm sure you are a fan of her as well.
Yes.
She was great, obviously. I think she's great. I really liked Madeline Klein as Danica. That was my favorite character, for sure. Like, clearly our kind of new Helen Shivers, but like, they don't really try to replace Helen, which is nice. But they have similarities. She's a Quaker queen. Honestly, the guys in the movie, they didn't really impress me. But you know what? It was about the girlies.
They gave us abs, you know?
Yeah. Like, they were cute. That's it. And then, of course, we have Jennifer Love Hewitt back as Julie. You know we love Queen, okay? Listen, so many people are always like, you know, Helen should have been the final girl and all of that. So I actually want to know your take on this.
Yeah, they're gonna come for me. Okay, so let's put it like this. I like Julie as the final girl. Yes,
Me
I
too.
do. She
Me
is
too.
iconic. But Helen puts up a fight and she doesn't. She's constantly being saved by Ray. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say the script didn't put Julie as high as she should have been.
Yeah,
And Helen is a more complicated, nuanced character.
she is.
But also, it's her death that ultimately makes the biggest impact. So the fact that she dies is the big punch of the film.
That's true, because she was right there. It really is
Yes.
one of the most impactful moments in the movie.
So she needs to die for that movie to have the impact it had.
That's true. And she's got that great chase scene, you know.
But Julie brings a little bit more in the sequel, I think.
I
As
think
weird
so.
as that sequel is, she brings a lot more with it. And also because of the fact that she doesn't have to like fight for screen time with Sarah Michelle Gellar this time. So she can also eat that shit up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So she did. She ate that shit up.
But I loved Julie in this. I'm seeing a lot of mixed feelings from people, but I kind of like what they did with her character. I like that she's teaching now and she's like talking about trauma. I think it makes sense for her character.
Yes, what I didn't want it to see on screen is that I didn't want it to see Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see Julie, and they gave me Julie. So I was happy.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I agree with that. Let's talk about Freddie Prince Jr. I actually was so excited to like see both of them in in the theater. I've never like gotten that because obviously I was so young. Like I'm a 90s baby, but like I wasn't in the theater at the time that they were doing big movies. But I was excited to see the 90s heartthrobs back. And they do a lot with his character, and he does a great job. I will say I have mixed feelings on Freddie Prince Jr., right? Because I really like him. And we've had this conversation, Joanie and I. But for you guys, I've always liked him like as a person, and I do like him in movies. Obviously, he's part of my childhood. But I will say that in a lot of the movies, his performances don't tend to carry like his co-stars. And I'm not saying he's not a good actor. I just think that he has I don't know, like less something. Like less versatility or something. Because there's moments in the film, while I really like him, I like seeing him come back as Ray, and I like his introduction in the movie. But there were some moments where his acting was a little bit stiff for me. Like, I think especially everything that was happening between him and Julie, I felt like she was eating him up.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a nice guy. We talked about this before. And also, I think the same applies to him in the first two movies. The script does not benefit him at all.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. So I think that in this movie he managed to bring a lot more. He had more pages to work with.
He had more meat for sure. Yeah. Especially in the last act, he has a lot more to do than in the other two movies. Were there any characters that stood out to you? Who was your favorite?
Oh, it was Danica, honey. Okay, no, this is not even a discussion.
Yeah, she was the best. I loved her.
Hail the Croaker Queen, honey.
She had so many great lines. My favorite line that I've just been quoting since is when she's going downstairs. Obviously, she doesn't know what happened. I'm not going to spoil anything. She's going downstairs because she's hearing music, and she's like, it's giving nuptials. Because that's just how I talk. So I found it so funny. I feel like she just talks like a lot of people today. And I think that's the joke, which is so fun about this movie. This movie is in on the joke. You know what I mean? Like, it knows what it is. It's camp. It's not trying to, like, reinvent the wheel. But I think it stays true to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, we're not here to win Oscars, okay?
Absolutely
it's not about
not.
that. No, they knew exactly what they were doing, and I think that this is why the movie works.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to talk about Stevie.
Okay.
Okay. I had never seen this actress before. Her name is Sarah Pigeon. What a name. She was good.
Let's put it like this. She has big eyes. Very big eyes. She has a presence on screen. And when she has to like cry and stuff and be very emotional, I bought it. I bought it. Okay. Like in the opening act when you know the thing is gonna happen. Because this is I Know What You Did Last Summer, so they did something bad, okay? So when
Yes,
the
of
bad thing
course.
happens at the beginning and she conveys a lot of emotion and I gobble it up. She convinced me.
Yeah, no, she was great. I really liked her a lot. Actually, I want to talk about that opening. And we can kind of dance around it without spoiling it. Did you feel like the opening sequence was gripping enough? Because obviously the sequence in the original film is a shock. This one, to me, it makes sense with this story.
Yeah, so we've done this. We've done the script. We also done a sorority row, which is a similar idea.
Very,
I do like this opening right here. But one thing I'll say that I missed from it, it was the morality back and forth from the characters. They didn't
right.
discuss it much. There was not enough conflict between them about what decision they were gonna make next. So I wanted more of that meat
Yeah.
because it's going to translate later into their character decisions in the future. So we didn't have much of that. It was kind of too quick, I would say.
That's true. Because in the first film, it goes on for a while, and all our characters are really like going through it, yelling, who's crying.
And while that is happening, you're taking sides. While seeing in the first movie when it's happening, sometimes you're on Julie's side, and no, think about it. Maybe Ray's right. No. Maybe you know you go back and forth with the characters.
Right. Yes.
Maybe
yes.
Barry's right.
Yeah.
And this didn't happen here. It didn't. So I missed that.
Yeah, that's true. I think, yeah, that was really missing. It was a little bit too fast. So I liked some of the kills in this movie. I don't think a lot of them are that creative, though. So that I was a little sad about. But when thinking back, because I just rewatched the first two, and obviously we read those scripts to death, I know all the deaths. I feel like there's a lot of really good ones in those. Nothing insanely amazing, but better, I think, than these. I think some of these were a little basic.
I thought that Jennifer, our director, she knows how to create suspense. She knows how to create the mood.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat. But I Know What You Did Last Summer has never been the goriest movie out there. Not by any chance.
No.
The first film, if you do some little adjustments, it can pass by a PG-13.
That's true, actually, yeah.
So I was not expecting exactly a bloodbath, but I wanted to see something that I haven't seen before in the previous movies. I wanted more creativity. We definitely got a variety of weapons. The kills didn't feel repetitive. Although, if I have any criticism, I would say we needed more hook because I thought the hook didn't play as a big part in this one as it did in the previous ones. What do you think?
I actually agree with that. I think that's really what I was feeling like was missing, you know? Because I just kept thinking of all the ones in the first movie. Like, damn, I wish there was more of that.
Yeah, a hook through the eye or something.
Oh, I would have loved that. So, We are probably going to dive into spoiler territory now because it's kind of too hard to dance around all that's going on in this movie, and we have a lot we need to talk about. We're fans of the franchise. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, go see it. Go sit in the theater and see it, and then come back and join us for the spoilers. Okay, so there was a few Scream homages. I really liked when the fisherman enters Danica's house to kill her husband. There's that shot of the fisherman kind of like from the bottom up, and he slashes down kind of at us like in Scream, which I love that.
Yeah, he cuts through the screen.
Yeah, it's great. So should we talk about Sarah Michelle Gellar?
About Sarah Michelle Gellar.
So everybody was having a lot of conspiracy theories when this film was announced. They were like, they're going to bring back Helen. They're going to bring back our girl. Everybody was very, very focused on Helen. Obviously, we know Helen definitely died. So I was like, how are they going to bring her back? Like, you guys need to calm down with the fan theories, you know? But to my surprise, they brought her back. Not from the dead, just in a little dream sequence that I felt like was one of the best parts of the movie, actually. Minus some CGI that I could have gone without. But outside of that, I liked that it was a dream that Danica had and we got a little connection with them. And I obviously think that the Sarah reveal, her turning around and being iconic instantly, was great. She feels like she never left the role.
I was literally, is that a Croaker Queen?
We had another queen return. And this one had me. This one had me. Because as much as I love Helen, I'm being so real. Brandy, Carla is my girl. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer because of her and Julie together. I love Carla. I was so excited. First of all, I'm so happy I knew that there was an after credits scene because a bunch of my friends didn't know and didn't see it. And I was like, oh my God, we have to say, I know there's something at the end. And I was so happy. One, she hasn't aged a day. She looks amazing. And she also felt like Carla. Like no time has passed.
Can you imagine this person right here clapping, dancing? I freaked. I was ready to be kicked out of the movie.
I loved it. I loved that so much. I just loved when she saw her on the TV and was like, damn, everybody's always trying to kill that woman. I was like, she's so real. And then I guess I wasn't expecting this, but then obviously it ends with Julie showing up to her house and telling her basically that she's next and they have a problem. And Carla is like, who we fucking up this time? Period. Let's talk about the killer reveal. Were you expecting it?
It's hard to say because when I told you this before, when I watch slasher movies, I don't ever try to figure it out who the killer is. Mm-hmm. I never do. I just let the movie play out.
Me too. Yeah.
I don't like to play detective because I think that if I find out who it is before it does, I will be pissed. And I don't like that. So at some point during the movie, it occurred to me, this new killer is wearing the slicker, the hook, Ben Willis, everything. But apparently none of these kids knows how the killer dressed up in 97. So who would know how the killer was dressed up?
Oh my God.
And I didn't want it to believe it was true. I was hoping, I was really hoping that it was a plot hole. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then that would keep myself blind and pretend I was not seeing the plot hole in Jennifer's script. But then it happened. It happened. It hurt but it made sense and I'm not angry at it. Because I think if it was any other franchise, let's say like a super prestigious, untouchable movie franchise like Scream or Halloween, like they changed Halloween, the last one, Halloween Ends. Okay, nobody can sit through that movie because of how many things are changed. Because it's I Know What You Did Last Summer and it's not that big of a deal of a franchise to begin with.
Right.
I believe that taking risks here are more valid. So it worked, made sense. And as heartbroken as I was, I liked it.
I have to say, it's so funny you said that. I had a feeling. I usually am like you, where I don't even bother trying to guess who the killer is. I just let the movie take me where I have to go. Um, I will say there was one moment where I felt like something was wrong, but I kept telling myself they're not going to do that. So it was the moment when Ray is sitting with them and is talking to Ava, and Ava's laughing and is like, "You were married to Julie James?" And he says, "Yeah, unfortunately." And I was so taken aback because I was like, that's not Ray. I just don't see Ray saying that. You know what I mean? And I also was like, okay, something must have happened so bad that we don't know about, and I hope they tell us. But they didn't tell us. But I think that's okay because ultimately, when we get to the reveal, they kind of do show you what was going on, really, and the fact that he did not process in the way he should have processed what happened to them.
Yes, have you ever watched a slasher movie where the killer review makes you sad, like emotionally sad? That never happened to me. This was the first time
Oh, I
that somebody
love
broke my
that.
heart with the killer review.
Yeah,
It means something. It means something.
it does. Yeah, he's just so unrecognizable. That's the saddest thing. But you know what? I think that's what makes it great. It was bold, and I don't really think she cared. Like, I think that was her vision, and she was like, this is what you're getting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she was like, I think this was the moment where she was not fan servicey. Because I do think bringing back Helen was a little bit of fan service.
It wasn't in the script. Like she was just there and they used her. That was it.
Oh, wait, really?
Uh-huh. It was an interview like whose fault was that Sarah Michelle Gellar returned and he was like it was Freddy. Okay, he was pushing for her to be in it and she didn't want it to, but she did it anyway because he asked her to.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. It's a fun little trivia. I'm so glad that we both loved this movie.
Yes.
Oh my god.
How can I not love? We love I Still Know. We can love anything.
That's
Let's
so
just be
true.
happy that this movie got made, okay? It's not for everyone. Not everything's gonna be. You
It's
cannot
not.
please everybody. It's impossible. But let's just be happy that it got made. It's still here. Millennials still have a voice in this world. Okay, Gen Z, take a seat back a little bit. And now let's wait and hope it does well so we can get another one and bring Urban Legend next because I am ready for Urban Legend, honey.
I love that. Okay. So, with all of that being said, what are you going to give the new I Know What You Did Last Summer?
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. The
Okay.
only 2 points.
Damn.
Yeah. 8 out of 10. I'm only taking 2 points out. One, because like I said, the stunt person in the costume did not impress me.
Okay.
But Jennifer did what she could and she made it one hell of a movie. And also I felt that we needed more hook. So next time, more hook.
Okay, I love that. I am going to be giving I Know What You Did Last Summer 4 out of 5 lefts. I think this is a lot of fun. I think it was bold, and I love all the characters. What's wrong?
I'm scared. This is the first time ever in the history of this channel that we give the same score to a movie. We never agree. Okay. So this is a precedent.
I love that for us. Thank you so much for joining me to talk about the movie.
Thank you. I miss this so much. Oh, sweet and spooky. It smells so good to be here. I love it.
My executive producer, Jhownee. Day one. Joanie has been with me from day one. All the love to you, babe. Thanks for being here. And to everybody watching, go watch I Know What You Did Last Summer. What are you waiting for? Go watch it. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let us know in the comments what you thought of the film. We'd love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.